Welcome, Spirit Lifters. My name is Devin, and hope you're all doing well today, and thank you so much for being here. The world is in a chaotic mess right now with the coronavirus paralyzing our daily way of life and causing stress and anxiety for many people worldwide. For this reason, we wanted to dedicate this episode to talk about a technique that can help you lessen the burden that you might be feeling right now. Today is March 29th, 2020, and I have the honor to have instructor Diego Camarena from Mexico City on the program. Diego is a leading expert in Mexico in teaching how to transcend the limitations of the mind, body, to help live a more fulfilling life. A consciousness development specialist, his interest in understanding the self and his environment began at the age of 12 through reading participating methods of connecting body and mind. At the age of 25, he started Qigong. He's going to pronounce that better later, I promise you, for the first time in December 2008, a methodology in which he specialized and became an expert. In early 2018, he made the decision to further specialize in this technique through an intensive training in China, which he became an expert and dive deeper in a more transformative way to overcome the limitations of the body and of the mind. In February 2020, together with One Energy Institute, he began designing events to help people stop suffering and start living to their full capacity. Diego, welcome to SpirLift.
Thank you very much. It's an honor being here.
We really appreciate it, and thank you so much for your time today. We're here in Mexico, and like many other people around the world, you know, most of us can't leave our home. We shouldn't leave our home during this crisis. Before anything else, can you please start off by explaining what is Qigong, and please help me with the pronunciation and a bit about the history of it.
Yeah, of course. Well, Qigong is a common name that the Chinese people give to several stuff. It makes me notice that in the US, in Mexico, and on some other places, Qigong is like a technique, but actually it's a name that Chinese people give to many knowledge, a lot of knowledge in China, of deep knowledge of China, of the consciousness. And for example, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, all are called Qigong in China. Even we have traditional Qigong, folk Qigong. There are a lot of things. So Qigong is a common name. It's like a surname of something else. So you have a Taoist Qigong, traditional Qigong, folk Qigong. So the Qigong is like the surname, like the one that we use after something else. So Qigong should be translated roughly. It's very difficult to translate Chinese, but roughly we would think like the work with the energy. Like when you work with the energy of the body and the mind, then you are doing Qigong. It doesn't matter if it's yoga, if it's Reiki, if it's Taoism, martial arts. When you are working with your body and your mind in the terms of energy in the subtle way, then we're talking about Qigong in China. Then we have several types of Qigong, thousands in China. So when in Mexico or other parts of the world, we say that someone's doing Qigong, it's like we would be saying, I'm doing sports. We don't say which one. So I do Qin and Qigong, which is a special type of Qigong, which is the first one to become recognized as a science in China. So they have developed a lot of techniques, but in a scientific way, to demonstrate how this can help people to overcome diseases, to be more into them, to realize who they really are and live free of suffering. But these all kind of techniques began at least 5,000 years ago in China, and it began as dances, as postures, meditations, and keep developing over these 5,000 years without interruption. And now we have a lot of techniques with a lot of profound knowledge that they have developed all of this time. They never stop developing, they never stop understanding better. It's a way to understand the self, the human being, the consciousness, and all that exists in the universe. It's kind of our science in Occidental societies, that the Western societies, that we use science, physics, chemistry to understand the world. Chinese people began with Qigong. There was a very tiny difference that make a very big difference. They, instead of seeing to the outside world, they close their eyes and see to the inner self. And after seeing in the inner self, they start to develop all this understanding of the world. And this has tiny difference has made a huge impact. But the conclusions, the findings are the same. The knowledge became the same in the Western society, in the Western culture and medicine and sciences. And in Qigong, when you compare them, they are actually talking about the same right now.
Oh, no, it sounds incredibly interesting, Diego. And outside of China, where's this mainly practiced or used more by people in other regions of the world outside of China? Where is this practice done mostly outside of that?
Well, Qigong and yoga began to spread all over the world. I couldn't say where in the world are mostly done outside of China, but for example, Qin and Qigong, this particular technique in Mexico, are like the second or third country that has more practitioners in the world. All of this because my teacher, who brought this knowledge in Mexico and understood more deeply about it, all about this, and knew that if you just take it like something religious or not taking so seriously, and or just tell like, yeah, this is only some movements and meditations to feel better, then it wouldn't work. So he understood why the Chinese people create this and how to use it, and that's one of the reasons that Mexico has thousands of practitioners compared to other countries. But we're talking about Qin and Qigong in this case. Qigong and yoga and other things, it's very difficult to say for me.
Okay. And so how can this practice, and if we apply it into our life on a daily basis, how effective, in your opinion, and from your expertise and experience, can it really help us to diminish stress or anxieties that we might live with on a day-to-day basis? How does that impact work to really transform our way of being, in your opinion?
Yeah, well, it's something that should be mandatory now. That should be very like a first need for everybody, because we have transformed all of our environments, and now we live in societies and with computers, laptops, cell phones, and now this environment has changed us, and now we cannot have time to be bored or to be calm. We have a lot of notifications, a lot of pop-ups coming out all the time, and that takes an impact on our lives, on our minds. And now people should do this on a daily basis, because otherwise they are transformed by their environment. So if you don't transform your environment, the environment transforms you. So people should use these techniques. But let me talk to you a little about how this works in China. Especially Qin and Qigong was used in the largest hospital without medicine in China, where people save their lives using this technique. So this technique particularly has a great impact in the health, but not only in the physical health, but also in helping people to be more calm or be relaxed. But as I tell all my students and all people that wants to be more relaxed, is that if you just focus on that, you will only get that. You can get so much more with these techniques. You transform yourself. You can free yourself from the suffering of your mind. So that should be a bigger goal, and that you should look for it, because it doesn't matter if you get to the goal or not, but only thinking that you could helps you to become more healthy, feel more relaxed, get rid of the stress, anxiety, and all of this stuff. Because you dedicate times and make a sacred time in your life to be with yourself. And this is something that people nowadays are not doing anymore. Most of the people are focused on always watching a screen. And if you can put it down and be with yourself, you will find that you are capable of doing great stuff. But it needs to happen. Imagine that you have your cell phone and you cannot put it down. How would your life could be if you cannot put it down? Well, that happened with your mind, for example. You cannot put it down because now it's always distracted and you don't have time to be bored. So it's like living with a tool without putting it down. If you can put down a little while all of your thoughts, then you can use your tools to do so much more. And that would be one of the goals, to realize that you're capable of transforming everything around you.
That would be amazing. That's definitely something worth striving for and achieving. So a lot of what you're saying in that way creates, if practiced right and through discipline, through your own discipline and through your own way of doing this consistently day to day, can really create that separation from, certain compulsions or addictions or things that we're used to, maybe even sometimes without really thinking about it, and just do. And it can create this ease of separation between what we want to cling on to all the time, and maybe sometimes makes us stress because of that, and just create this more level kind of situation of, okay, I'm in this peaceful way, I'm in this peaceful zone, I'm good with myself, and the stress starts to kind of subside a little bit. That's the way I kind of see it, in a way, based on what you're saying. Is that right?
Yes, totally. But not only that. Yeah, that's one way, but we don't just stay there. For example, we know that the lotus flower is a symbol for Buddhism, yoga practitioners, or something like that are related to this. The lotus flower keeps clean inside of swamps. They actually grow in the swamps, and it doesn't matter if they are surrounded by dirt, it stays clean. And that's the goal for these techniques. Actually, it's not for relaxing, it's not for looking better, it's for self-improvement. And the goal should be that no matter what happened around you, you can be good. You're not rooting for everything around you be good, then I'm good. It's actually the other way around. It doesn't matter what happens around me, I will be okay. I will be in peace, not because my surroundings are peaceful, but because I am. And when I reach that state, I can see and I can create a peaceful environment around me. And that's a power of self-transformation that can impact and have a huge impact in all around me. And we should be focusing on that, not just relaxing, not just getting rid of stress. That will happen. Actually, if you are having anxiety or stress, that will happen, but it's not the goal. It's only one prerequisite to get even further and be prepared for every crisis, every difficult moment in your life. You will be prepared for, because now you know that the most important person that matters in that cases is you and how you react. We all have the same experiences, but everybody lives it different. So if you want to live a great experience in this crisis or in other difficult moments in your life, you could change. You can transform yourself, and that's the reason people actually began with these techniques, not because they were stressed, but because they wanted to have better lives.
That sounds like a very, very worthy thing to achieve, and I think it's extremely important people hear about this and can learn to implement it in their life. So it sounds excellent, Diego. Can we, for our viewers, please maybe do a brief demonstration of Qigong and then just to get a feel for it? Is that all right?
Yeah, totally. We can do something that we can feel Qi, because sometimes people tell me they don't believe in it. It doesn't matter. I actually ask people to don't believe in it, because I want you to experience, to have the experience of it, and then you know. Right. Because it's not because I tell you, it's because you can feel. So what we're gonna do is to take our hands like this, both in the belly, like in tummy, at this part.
Okay.
We will put your hands like this, and I will guide you to do a little experiment to gather Qi. If you want to do this with me, and put your hands like this, close your eyes, and start to relax. All your body relaxed. First, focus on your breathing. Don't control your breathing, just be aware that your body is breathing. Be aware that you can listen my voice, but now be aware that you're able to focus in the process and try to feel who is listening. Try to feel the one who makes this possible. It's not your body, it's not your mind, it's your true self, which could be also your true heart. With this part of yourself, focus inside, in between your hands, and try to feel the space between your hands, and then open the hands a little while, not much, just a little, and then expand your mind to the infinite universe, expand yourself, and realize that you have always been connected to the universe. Now, close your hands, but don't touch them. The hands don't touch each other. Just focus inside, between your hands, and try to feel them. Now separate your hands a little bit and expand your mind to the infinite universe, and expand also yourself, your true self. Then put hands close, and feel the space between your hands. Now open, think in the universe, feel the universe with yourself, and then close. Take your hands closer, but don't touch them, and feel the space between them. Open and close. Open, close. Open and close. Now think inside your body, between your belly button and the lower back, and put your hands over the stomach. Both hands are pressing the tummy, and men put first the left hand, women put first the right hand. Both hands cover the stomach, and think inside of you. Rest your mind and yourself inside your abdomen, and then separate your hands and slowly open the eyes.
Wow. That's great, Diego. I don't know if you could hear, but my neighbors are screaming and yelling above me, and I felt while doing that like in a complete different place. So so that's amazing, So yeah, that would have probably normally bothered me, hearing that what's going on up there, but doing that put me in a whole different element. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. When you When you connect with your true self, with your true heart, then you can realize that there's no stress, there's no anxiety. You're only in the present moment. And when you're in the present moment, you're not thinking in the future, which relates with anxiety. You're not connected with the past, which relates with depression. Then you are in the present moment and you can realize that right now I'm okay. And this thing that we did, you can do it more time. If you feel something between your hands, it's okay. If you feel nothing, it's also okay. But some people may experience some nausea or some dizziness. It's okay. It's just the body reacting because now it has more energy and now it can take out some stuff that shouldn't be inside your body. So it's good news. If this happened to you, it's good news. Most people will only feel something strange between their hands. Don't take it so seriously. It's more like playing. And you can do it more to get stronger, to realize that your body can have more energy and more chi through doing this, just connecting with something that has always been there, that it's the universe that surrounds us, and it's a source of energy for human beings.
Excellent, Diego. And I think this has just been extremely helpful and very insightful, and I would encourage all the SpirLift viewers to definitely check out this in much more detail with you. Where can people find you if they're more interested in take more classes or take classes or courses online?
Yes. We actually are thinking in developing an online workshop in English. We are not done yet because we focus mainly in Spanish and people who speak Spanish, but we are thinking in very soon to create content in English. So you can find us in dakaimi.com. Actually, this with K and E, like an I. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, DAKAIMI.
Okay.
Dakaimi.com, and you can find us in Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and YouTube. And it's mostly in Spanish, but as I told you, we're just finishing the online workshop in Spanish to start developing something in English. But if you want and you need help, I can either help you by giving you classes in English, or I can guide you to some colleagues from all over the world. I know people all over the world who practice this technique who can help you. So I'm happy to share you this information that you can reach and structure in your own language. And I think that would be great for you if you approach this Qin and Qigong technique.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Diego. And we're going to include all your information in the description box below, and so people can find you easily. Okay?
Okay.
And thank you, SpirLift viewers, for your time today. And we hope this has been of value to you and that you can apply your life and reduce any stress or anxiety you may have. And I would encourage you all to please check out Diego's information. And if you found value in this video today, please like, please subscribe, please share with family and friends. We would really appreciate that, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
Bye.